So we have the Ace of Pentacles coming up here at the start. So yeah, new beginnings. Maybe something that, an opportunity that's coming in for you. This can be a change of career. This can be a new commitment within a relationship, but it's something that offers you security and stability. It can begin kind of slowly. And even if you're in an existing relationship, it may be a new start within that relationship. You have access to a new beginning, like, you go forward with a renewed commitment. But it's earth energy, so it's kind of slow. But I love this card. I always see it as like the minor arcana version of the sun almost. You see great potential here. And it goes slowly, and you have quite a few Pentacles cards coming up here. It goes slowly because you're trying to make sure that foundation is solid. Like how you go forward, it's solid. But, aces, they're just potential. They are doorways that get presented to us. Are you willing to walk through that door? Are you willing to take advantage of this? And sometimes we're not ready. Maybe that's why Judgment's coming up here. So Judgment talks about rebirth, renewal, transformation, second chances that come up. Have a look at these people. They're rising up from their graves. They were once dead and now they have a second chance at life. But they have a second chance at life because they have released the old life. So if this is like a second chance at a job, or, a renewal within a relationship, or second chance at a relationship even, it has to be brand new, guys. That's one thing I think a lot of people don't kind of embrace with this. It's brand new. There is a brand new energy. You kind of meet each other, like if it's a relationship, as if you're meeting each other for the first time. You get to know each other because there's been changes since the last time. If it's a job, if it's renewed vigor or renewed kind of energy that you have within that job, you're doing something new. Come at it like with fresh eyes. You're doing something new now. Judgment happens in different stages. I always say this. One of them is looking back at the cycle you've been on. And you've probably done that. If you're at the Ace, it's the beginning of a new cycle. So it feels like you've already done that. You've been looking back. Now, I did kind of give this general, right? So I've applied the energies to work. But, for some of you, it could be romantic. We have the Two of Cups coming up here as a past energy. And maybe that's what you've been looking back at, your behavior in relationships, either existing or past, or, how you connect with people. What is it that you do when you're in a relationship? For others of you with Judgment coming up here, it's going to be that, you've done that. You've drawn a line under it. You've forgiven those people. There's a huge message of forgiveness that's been coming through. And I think that's because that's one of the things that holds us back. When we are so angry and we can't forgive people and they did this and I'm not denying that. Sometimes some people do some really shitty things to us. They do it. But who the hell are you really hurting by holding on to it? You're not hurting the other person. They've probably trotted off into the sunset, living their life. You're hurting yourself by not being able to forgive. And a lot of the times it's not even the other person that we need to forgive. It's ourselves. We need to forgive ourselves and say, look, it's okay. I did the best that I could in that past situation. I didn't know any better. Now I'm a different person. This is a rebirth. It's a renewal. It's brand new energy. It's transformation. Everything's transformed and Judgment shows up. We learn what we need to learn from the past, draw a line under it, and then we take a step into our new futures without fear, without, the past kind of coloring it. We're going forward, brand new. And that's kind of, I think, what might be stopping you. You might still be doing that review. You might still be thinking, well, this happened in the past, or that happened, or I don't know if I want to continue this, because this can be a brand new career. Like I said, it can be a brand new relationship that you're starting. But there's question marks. It's like you're figuring stuff out. All internal transformation change is going on here. So the foundation of the past is the Two of Cups. Now, the Two of Cups, it talks of a connection, a very profound connection to people who have shared emotions. They feel the same way about each other, about whatever they're working on. This doesn't always have to be romantic. And I know some people don't like to hear that, but it's the truth. It's just the Two of Cups. The card before this is the Ace of Cups in the cycle. And the Ace of Cups is how we feel. The Two of Cups, we meet someone who shares that emotion, right? We have a long way to go yet. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 before we can complete this cycle. So this is not the best place to kind of just stop. This is where we just meet someone who has that same so you might have met someone and it didn't fully get off the ground, or you met someone that you had a connection with, or just how you've been in relationships. This could refer to, a fated connection or an emotion that you had with someone, for someone in the past. Because the reason I'm kind of pointing out the whole connection part of this is Yes, that's great. Two people feel the same way about each other. But I've known relationships and romantic relationships where people have gotten this, and one of them will walk away happily, even though maybe not happily, but they have other concerns. They think, yeah, the connection's great, but it's overwhelming me, it's distracting me, I want to go and do something else. So this is no guarantee that, the two people will, it's just at that point, it's their decision. Where am I going to take this connection? Where it's going in your kind of, your spread is we have now the Princess of Pentacles or the Page of Pentacles coming up. This is like very much similar to the energy of the Ace of Pentacles. I always see the pages or the princesses here as having a very similar energy. It's about a new beginning, right? A new start, a new offer, a message, something that comes in that we can now take to the bank in the case of Pentacles. Some of you may have met someone that you worked really well. If this is not romantic for you, a business partner, a colleague, you will know if it's coming up as a past connection, the foundation. It can be what your idea of like a soulmate is or a life partner. It can be that. This fresh energy, and maybe you've been reviewing this because the judgment is looking back at the past. So have you been looking at this? Whatever this energy represents for you is what you've been reviewing or looking back on. And you want it to be out of the emotional realm now into the physical. Pentacles are always physical. And so the Page of Pentacles, the Princess of Pentacles, can indicate this pentacle here, it represents something of value to you and something that indicates stability, security, support. Like it can be sometimes when this offer gets made, it can be an offer, it can be a message that was received that we kind of think, oh, I don't know, is this going to really lead anywhere? It looks a bit kind of lackluster. It looks a little bit boring coming in, but it does, especially with powered by the Ace of Pentacles sat up here. Somebody may make an offer to you. Ask you to commit to something. So it could be, committing to moving into a brand new house together. Could be offer of a job, like as a contract on a house. Sometimes it's an engagement ring. That's not going to be for everyone, especially if there's no one around. But if you've had a connection with someone, if it's just been in the connection stage, yes, this can indicate that you go forward to something more stable, something more physical. Sometimes this can be the Two of Cups is when you have a connection, but there's been distance, right? You can have a connection with someone and it's a long distance relationship. You can have a connection with someone, but you haven't spoken. Like all you've had is that connection that's tied you two together. Not so. When Pentacle shows up, that is very much physical energy. It's earth energy, is what we can see, feel, and touch. So this is taking it from just that emotional place. And I say yes, just to somewhere that's physical. That's got to be something that more people want. You don't want to just feel the same as someone. You want to play that out, do that, act like that, live like that in your life. So where does this lead? Well, it leads to the Seven of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles it asks you to have patience for starters. But it's about slowly building on something. Like this is that gardener card. I would say, like the gardener tinkers away in his garden, he puts in the effort, right? He plants his seeds, he waters them, he grows them, he nurtures them. But it's also about when we start seeing the results of whatever it is, whatever changes we make, whatever new beginning we have, when we start seeing the results of that, it's being able to look at it and say, okay, well, I've put in X, Y, and Z amount of effort into this situation. Am I getting back the results that I want? Now, I think this is going to go back to whatever this energy is for you. Because some people can get too tied on this, just on the connection. But this is not just about connections. Like I said, it's about the physical. Where's this physically going? And how is it playing out in the real world, in the physical realm? That's what Seven of Pentacles says. Are you getting back the rewards that you want for the efforts that you're putting in? Now, what's the advice? Well, the advice is the Wheel of Fortune. And the advice here, it says that wheel keeps turning. It's what I was saying at the beginning, like situations don't change the same. We don't stay the same. Cycles come and go. Ace of Pentacles here. So if there is a situation that's come back round again, be it with a person, be it a relationship, or even sometimes a situation can be like that. Different players, but we kind of feel the same thing. Oh my God, haven't I been here before? It reminds you that you're different. You've gone through judgment. You've gone through this. This changes you, transforms you. And this card's been coming up so much for so many different, even in client readings, it's been coming up so much. And it's about knowing that, this time I'm going to do things differently. I'm going to do things differently. So let's pull a few clarifiers and see what's going on here. This can speak of opportunities that come up too, and could be opportunities to do with this, Two of Cups. Yes, I'm going to say this with judgment coming up, which can talk about second chances. Some of you, this can be a situation that comes up again, either with this person that you had the Two of Cups connection with, or a situation that reminds you of this. So that's going to be about understanding then that, what am I putting my efforts into? What results do I want from this? Starting something new here, building something more solid than it was before. Commitment comes up, those kinds of things. The Lovers. So yeah, for some of you, this is very much about your love life or about relationships. And relationships don't just have to be romantic, right? But I am getting that vibe for a few of you. So we have the Sun coming up. And this is, yes, seeing things clearly. You've done that. This can be brutal honesty with ourselves, brutal honesty with other people, like things. We have a second chance because we've done that. We've let go of the old life. Looking forward, facing your future without fear, you can see what's clearly there. That's how you see the potential. Yes, it might be starting slowly. Yes, it might seem like, well, this is kind of slow. This seems like something little, but you kind of see where this is going to go. You see where it can be headed. You kind of see that if I put effort into this, this is the results that I'll get. But it's about doing things differently from what you did last time you were in a situation like this. The Three of Wands coming up here. Yeah, it's about waiting for our ships to come in, but this guy's ready. I always say this, muscles bunched in his back. He's ready to go. He's like, bring it. Because he's not just sitting around waiting. He's ready to act. So this can be when we're waiting for something to come in. Like, we're putting the effort for it. We've started off something. We know where it's going. There's no surprises here. Three of Wands is not a surprise. We know what's coming back at us. This can be news for abroad as well, especially for those of you that are in long distance relationships. I'm getting that kind of energy coming up here because he's looking out over the sea for a message or for what's to come back. But it asks you, are you ready to act? Are you ready to act? Once you see the potential, once you see what's clearly shown here, what are you ready to do? Because he's ready to go now. He's not waiting for the ships to come in and then he's ready to act. He's decided, well, this is what I'm going to do. That's why he's all limbered up, ready to go. And again, I'm going to say long distance relationships. This seems very much geared towards those of you that, or, distance can be, the person can live next door to you and you don't talk to each other. Or you can live in the same house, be in a relationship. There's been distance between you. And that's what this shows like. But they're always kind of reaching towards each other and they're naked. The Lovers in the Lovers card, they're naked. So they're showing. Again, there's this thing of revelation, showing, revealing. This is who I am. This is what I look, this is warts and all. This is all I have to give. This is me. And it can take making yourself very vulnerable to do this. But that's how you close the distance between the two of you. This can also indicate a choice between your head and your heart. But I always say that's an empty choice because why would you not go for what you love? If you see the potential in something, if you're ready to act on something, why would you not act on this? So this is about acting on that which you love, like, what you love, whether it's a relationship, whether it's in, your work, whatever it is that you're doing, your business, wherever you're going. But it's about taking the action, being prepared to act once you kind of see what's there, clearly see what's there. See the opportunities that are available to you because it can build into something solid. Anything that begins with the Ace of Pentacles has the potential to stand the test of time. So you're in this for the long term. Right, let's pull you. Oh gosh, there we go. We have free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. And that's what Judgment does, right? Once you've done that, you're not bound. They're not bound to their graves anymore. They're starting a fresh new life. So what is it that's been holding you back? Because here we see this beautiful unicorn and it's got like this collar around its neck but it could stand up. It's just sat there. It could stand up. It could jump over that fence. So it is about freeing yourself. What is it that's been holding you back? And I feel like Judgment's allowing you to kind of have a look at that. There's no wrong answers. Whatever you see, sometimes we want things to hold us back, and that's a choice then. That's not anything holding us back. We are deciding that, no, I want this relationship. I don't want a new relationship, or I would like to work with someone like that. I don't want to work with anyone else like that. Or this is what I want. That's not the right offer for me. Like, it's deciding, but it's about consciously making that decision, seeing things clearly and then acting in the way that you want to, following your heart. Romance. Lavish the one that you love with your personal attention and affection. So the other thing I'm going to say here is that with the Two of Cups coming up here in the past, has there been a situation where where you kind of like someone or they like you, but you've not been fully taking it any further? Like you're the emotional realm, that's just all that it's been in. That's what's been holding you back. So maybe it's time to go out on that date. I've heard some readers say that, the Page of Pentacles is someone hands over money for a date, right? Can be that. I always see it as a little bit bigger than that. But it is about taking it into something physical, committing to something on a physical realm. Happy, happy. You have a look here. This card says that, happiness is right now. What is it right now that could make you happy? And this is something I talked about in a post on Facebook the other day. It's like doing what makes you happy in the moment. What do you love right now? Let your emotions guide you. Because sometimes this is that grass is greener on the other side. And it's like, no, the grass is not greener anywhere else than where you are right now. And in fact, you only have access to the grass where you are right now. If you have a look, she's standing on this egg. That's the key. The key is there. The key to what she wants is where she is right now. So in any given moment, it would ask you to connect with what makes you happy right now. Right now. He's ready to act from where he is right now. He doesn't even, he knows what to expect. He's not waiting to see what I want coming in. He's going to act. He's preparing to act from where he is right now. You are willing to go slowly and put in the work here and with this because you see where it can go. The sun says you see the potential. And it says, dear you're in such good shape right now that we're all doing a happy dance. In this moment, you have the power to make a choice to get with spirit and co-create a miracle. You may wonder where this is all going, but if you want to manifest your desires for the highest good, you need to stay focused on the now. All power is in the present moment. Ask yourself, what are your dominant thoughts now? What beliefs are you motivated by? Do you have clarity right now? How is your conscious contact with the divine? Are you plugged in, or are you trying to do life all by your small self? Get rid of negative energy now. Resentments be gone. Forgiveness, that's this, right? And love, enter, please. You can do your life beautifully and create your most powerful future right here, right now, in this moment. Aren't you thrilled to know you have a huge cheering section over here? Love and hugs always. And that's the thing with the Three of Wands. It's sometimes seen as a manifestation card, but it's not the kind of when we sit and plan. It's when we know what to expect. We know that because we want to manifest this, because we know the work that we've put into this, why would we not get back what we want? Why is he so ready to act in the moment? Because he knows what's coming through for him. There's no doubts here. There's no doubts here. And when we have the card that comes up in the future, this can be that when we look ahead and think how we see something happening, how we see it playing out. So they could be like, if you're ready to accept an offer now or make an offer even, this is talking about you taking action as well, right? We might think, well, I don't know. Is this going to be a waste of time? Do I have the patience to do this? Well, only you can answer that. But it's asking you to be true to where you are right now, what you see right now, what's the potential you see right now, and be true to that.